Hell yeah, I'm still getting double. Where you at, fucker? Eat a fucking dick. I just... Oh my god, I picked them all up. That's psychotic. Yep, didn't think so. Never mind. Can't do that. Nope. Whatever. Let's cut this down. Definitely wolves nearby. Just don't know where they're at. Come on, wolves. Come on. I heard you. I'm ready to take y'all on. It's a whole bunch of wolves. Okay. come on. I know you're out there. I heard your howl. You're on the prowl for someone. Come on. Do I have a battery? I've got a couple on me. Do this as well. Fuck off. There we go. That's what I want.
Hey. Sorry, I was looking for somebody. You know the guy that lives at the church here?
There's a bunch of dead coming.
Alright.
And there's wolves.
Oh, no shit. Alright.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes, yeah, it's me.
Hey, Luca. How's it going?
It's been a month, man. It's been a month.
Yeah, it has been a while. I have been put through some shit. How about yourself?
I thought you were actually dead.
Nope, not yet. The world's not lucky enough for that.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I hadn't seen you for a long time, and that's generally kind of what I accept happens after not seeing somebody for about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm glad to see you, by all means.
Oh, yeah, I got some updates for you, but I probably shouldn't say it out loud in the open like this.
Honestly, if people are going to be near us and hear it, we're on the high ground, and also, well, they need to be close enough for us to see, and we both have guns.
True. And I have night vision somewhere on me, but, you know.
Oh, that's fucking handy.
Yeah, right. I've got some stuff to show you. Have you ever met a girl named Chloe?
No, not familiar. I knew Sierra, Ramona, and I heard
Yeah,
about
I know
a
Sierra and Ramona.
yeah them, and then I knew some of the people that were down in Novi. But I mean, I know them. I talked to them. The one or two times I was there.
Right.
What's up?
Yeah. Well, you know how there's some doors that should be kept closed and better left unknown?
Yep.
I kind of I kind of just ran through that door and then kept going. They I got a book I can show you in a little bit.
Okay.
I I've been walking all day. Actually, it's like I should go see if Luca's still at his house because my I think you met my acquaintances,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
community that I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
you scared the shit out of
Cliff.
them. Yeah, Cliff.
Yeah. I heard a bunch of gunshots. I was actually north of them, and I cut through the woods, and I just heard a bunch of different shots. I didn't know if it was one guy, or if it was multiple guys. I saw a car
Yeah.
that was new to me that I hadn't seen before, and
Right.
and unfortunately, my a cat kind of had my tongue when I initially walked up on. I think it was Cliff. I
Right.
felt very bad about that.
Yeah, he says, well, he said he couldn't say anything for a second there, and then like as he took a little nap, came back, and yeah, I started talking to him, and you said your name first, I'm assuming, because that
Yep.
prompted him to ask you if you know Alex, and you're like, Alex Jason, and he's like, yeah. uh, the Jason thing doesn't have to apply anymore.
Yep.
Of all the damn things, Dolly found me, by the way.
Well, good to see you're still alive.
Yeah, right. Um, I did get shot for it, but it wasn't her. Someone who just wanted to I guess, kill a notorious person, took a shot at me and, well, it pretty much saved my life. So, this is actually that same, vest.
Oh.
What is that? Is it a... Yeah, I ended up repairing and got new plates for it. So, what's with the flashlight? Did you drop that down there, or?
Yep. I heard the wolves, and honestly, like I was running around all of town down there. I came up here, and there's like 10 dead just around the church. So, like with
Fantastic.
nightfall coming, I wanted to place a couple fires just in case the wolves got close by, and then if any more dead were coming down the street, I tossed that on top of the car there.
That didn't work as well as I hoped.
Yeah, put on the edge. Yep. It's a little bit better, yeah.
Huh? Alright, that'll work.
Yep.
Okay. So, you haven't seen Holden in a long time, I assume? Since I haven't seen a Kingsley's in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been longer for me for that. And I haven't seen Holden for a lot longer than that.
You think he's dead?
There's only so many options that I have, honestly. And it's been
Right.
it's I haven't seen the Kingsleys for probably 5 weeks.
Well, if I had to guess, it's probably because of what happened to Pavlovo. I talked to Jay, and he said that they made an alliance, and then I heard they were going to war with the prisoners, so that could be it.
Prisoners?
Yeah, south of Pavlovo, I think just a little bit shy of Belota, there's a long ass bridge that goes to a giant. This is a prison, more like an asylum. But
I think like I've
that's
been
why I
to
was hoping Holden was here.
I've been to Chernow once, and it was a long time ago. And I think I
Yeah.
saw that in the distance. They must have erected a bridge recently. So, so who's going to war with the prison island?
Pavlova.
Okay. Last time I was there, Bush, Riley, whatever you want to call him, he was pretty.
Yeah, Riley.
He was pretty unhappy with the Kingsleys. So, I
I'm pretty sure Riley's gone.
what about Wilson?
Still alive, from what I figure. He was at my place not too long ago.
That's good. He
That's
was.
how I knew things were bad. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Maybe it's just be best if I tell you what happened, and then maybe you can make your own assumptions from there.
Okay.
So, Riley was talking to this girl, the one I just mentioned earlier, and she stayed with them for a while. But he mentioned that Klaus, which is one of the prisoners, was a lunatic. Apparently, there was some kind of arrangement made with them, and they were supposed to be buddy-buddy, but that didn't pan out once Riley started talking shit.
Yeah.
Next
He
thing,
he ran his mouth a little bit whenever I was up there, so or down there.
yeah, he tends to do that. Yeah, he used to be shy. I liked him better that way. Now he's just an asshole. That being said, uh, the people, operators there, can't keep their they can't keep their mouth shut. They told this girl pretty much everything. She told me offhandedly that Riley needed Klaus, and he couldn't kill Klaus. And I was like, well, why the fuck can't he kill Klaus? Customers are easy to come by. This doesn't sound like a problem to me. And she says because he needs him to live. So that piqued my interest. I was like, well, fucking, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little more than weird. So, yeah, we gave it a day. She stayed with us because Riley told her to come to us and stay there for a while. Um, After that, the shit hit the fan on what I was supposed to know and what I'm not. The prison apparently was some kind of experimental place. They did experiments on all the people there. Klaus in particular has a healing factor. His blood type, I can only assume, is what Holden thinks it is, and what I think it is. That being said, I can't confirm it without actually going to him. Now, I don't think it's a cure, but in fact, I don't think it's worth getting, especially since Riley needs to do some kind of blood transfusion with him. It's fucking bad.
That if Riley's
Really
still
bad.
alive, I guess. Yeah.
That is the assumption, yeah. And since they went to war, all the prison had to do was go back to their little, basically the best bunker in the goddamn universe, and wait for Riley to die. Which, I don't know how long that takes, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume that he's probably gone at this point. That being said, I have the you can take a look at it.
Yep.
And
Just
it'll
give me a moment here. I'm gonna sit down
yeah,
and do that.
yeah, you're good. I think I went over his research though. I kind of wanted to go on with Holden's thing. So,
Blood work. A lot of
yeah.
blood work.
Oh yeah.
Give me about 2 minutes here to look this over real quick, just to see
Yeah.
what if I can
You're
make some
fine.
sort of sense of it.
It's pretty simplified, but go ahead. I'll
Okay.
wait.
Gotcha. Uh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good.
That being said, this is the more dangerous. Yeah. Here's the one that's a little more boogeyman-esque. You have a
Okay.
neighbor in Novo.
Oh, good.
She's the daughter of a scientist. They experimented on her as well. She also has the same thing that Klaus does. A healing factor that regenerates skin tissue and stuff. You could even repair an eye if you lost one. She has a blood sample and
Here,
a
step
shit ton of books on the top.
step back. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. She has the girl that was there, Chloe.
Mhm.
She gave me intel on a building there. On the top of the building is apparently a box full of a blood sample. I don't know what it is. It's a syringe with enough blood in there to maybe do some experiments with. Curiosity's got me real bad, but I'm fucking terrified of going there. I
Yeah,
believe her name is Nadia.
that name's really familiar.
She's a fucking spook, is what she is.
Oh God, why is that familiar? Oh, think. I can't think of it. It. Maybe it's nothing. It sounds familiar, like somebody's said that name to me before.
Shit. Do you know a girl named Kira?
No.
Alright. So, you can see I haven't slept well in a week, and
Right.
that's why. Because, like I said, I opened up a door I didn't really expect anything to be in, and I just kept running from there.
Don't blame you, man.
All signs point to prison, but more signs point to Novo and Nadia.
We're at
Because
Novo.
it's a I think it's a school building. They're usually I'm not quite sure where it is. I'd have to ask Chloe again what exactly the building looked like. But they were kind to her at first. They kind of were way too open to the information, and then Nadia showed up, and they're like, "Why is this chick still alive? You fucking told them everything. Shoot her." And they did, but they thought she died. But apparently, they only made they, she passed out
Winged
from
her.
blood loss. Yeah, and crawled her way back to us and told me everything. She
Huh.
said that everyone that knows it dies, and so far I think my luck's been pushing and keeping it up.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I already knew about the O blood type, O positive specifically. I've been bitten, stabbed, shot. I can't even tell you how many times I've drank stagnant water and it's just never affected me.
Hmm. Uh,
So either,
there's
yeah,
a small note in mine. Two things I'll give you a correct. 22 for age, and it's B positive.
okay,
I
right, I
uh,
will do that.
I got mauled by the dead a couple of times, and I've taken so many pills and drugs to purify my
Mhm.
body, and like you said, drank from stagnant water a lot. I don't know what's happened, but it's changed over time.
You mean your blood type has changed over time?
I think so.
Oh shit,
It's not
that's
unheard
strange.
of. Yeah, it's really fucking strange. It's like a, you know, not supposed to happen. It's kind of an anomaly.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, I got the shit beat out of me by zombies, and I handcuffed myself to one, and it drugged me to from up here all the way down south once.
Why did you handcuff yourself to a zombie?
You know, like I was blacking out, and I decided to play dead, but I had a couple of handcuffs on me.
Right. Sorry, I'm fucking paranoid.
Nope, I totally understand.
So, what do you do for fun now? uh,
Oh God, like not too much. I've only talked to a handful of people for more than half hour, 45 minutes. I'm not gonna say this is the longest conversation I've had lately, but it's a welcome change from nothing.
right.
I've just been getting better at guns. That's that's about it.
Been I've had this for a long ass time. I miss my M16. Yeah, I've not found one in a long time.
I have honestly not seen one, I don't think. The Kingsleys might have had one, but I want to say one of them took it out on a run. But like I said, it's been quite a while since I've seen him.
That sucks. It really does.
Yep.
Uh, why is the Kingsleys involved? Do you know? Like, did they never said anything to you at all?
Um, honestly, no. I knew that, like I said earlier, Bush, Riley, whatever you want to call him, he was pretty unhappy with uh, the Kingsleys due to they're gonna make a deal with some guns and some magazines, but Kingsleys never delivered, so they pretty mad about it. But
Right.
why they would go to the prison, I don't know. Like I've not seen nor heard from them for like a very long time. I think they're all dead, and I think the guys from Pavlova might have done it.
That doesn't sound right. I got dragged by Dolly all the way over to Pavlovo, and apparently I apparently started a war. I, I have no fucking idea how I did this, but apparently I mentioned Jay or something in a conversation, and then someone from the Citadel said something, and then that implicated me into starting some kind of war with Jay. So Jay wanted to find out what the hell was going on with that, and Dolly was hired by him to find me and take me there. Um, Needless to say, that conversation went well, or else I would not be here.
Right.
He said, you know what? I thought you were a prick, and I thought you were, I was gonna kill you, but I have no evidence, and what you told me coincides with the Kingsley story. Was it the Kingsleys? He says, yeah, people of Novi and them have reached an understanding. All the people in Pavlovo are Novi citizens, and since they're too far enough away from each other, there's no conflict anymore. It's like, oh, well, fucking great. Good. Fantastic. So, That being said, he says, my beef isn't with you. I think Dolly has beef with you, though, and then that turned into something.
Right,
I
right.
don't know what she was. Yeah, I mean, I made it out, so it's fine. Got shot with a 308 in the chest, and it didn't even break the skin. It just grazed my cheek. It hit me right in the chest. You can kind of see the hole right here, and popped up. Bullet bounced off it and hit me in the cheek.
Damn, that's
Someone said, yeah,
like somebody popped at you with a Winchester.
yeah, it was a Winchester. They said they were hired by the Citadel to kill me, but I was
Th-
like, I didn't even talk to the Citadel. I've never had an extended conversation with them. You were there when I had that conversation with them. I called them. I was like, they're a bunch of pricks because they let that fucking Jugs guy die.
I honestly I don't think Jugs died that night. I've heard reports of him being around still. I think they might have.
We
Yeah, I know. We buried remains. There wasn't a face or anything recoverable or too identifiable is the problem with what we found. Um, I think either they had somebody else's body parts on them, or they had also found somebody else. Because I've heard Jugs being around still.
Jesus. Okay. Well, that's another mystery, I suppose.
Yes, yeah.
That being said, I don't know how to go about this. I kind of need some outside perspective. I feel like either the more people that know, the better, or it could just, quicken my death. Um, I'm trying, since the telephone game got played on me, I'm thinking about playing it back on the people that tried to kill me. I'm thinking
Okay.
about doing as much telephone game as possible and making sure that everybody in the fucking universe knows is that Nadia in Novo has a cure. See how long she lasts with that. Because at this point, what the scientists have done pisses me off more than what the prisoners have.
Yeah. If there were scientists out there that were actually experimenting on people, and like, could they have caused this?
100%. I can almost guarantee you they probably did this. Because the one that is Riley is infected now. I don't know what his blood type was, but I know that I can only assume it is O positive, but the virus that affects them is different from normal.
Right.
It I, for whatever reason they had an arrangement. Maybe they were friends, but Riley and Klaus had a falling out, and I'm pretty sure that he's either a zombie or dead.
Mm.
So I was like, I hope Holden's here so I can give him that book and let him read through it.
Yeah, I wish he was around. Um, it's been. If I haven't seen the Kingsleys for, you know, 5 weeks, I haven't seen Holden for twice as long.
Shit.
More than that, honestly. Uh, yeah, it's a hard one to place a timeline on, but it's it's been a long one. Maybe a month, easy.
Have you seen Valhalla?
No,
It's
I don't even know what that is.
there's a place south of here. Actually, it's where we buried Jugs, or who I thought was Jugs at the time.
Okay.
They've taken yeah, they made a city out of it. It's called Valhalla. All the people there worship Norse gods. Kind of badass. Kind of don't care. I do know there's a guy named Raven there. He accepts all comers as long as they accept I guess, their way of life. They build towns on top of the graveyards as respect. Like they want to live amongst the dead, like the actual dead, not the living dead or infected at this point. Pretty sure this is like the rabies. And yeah,
Interesting that they're. It's weird that they are building. So it's in that exact same church, like that whole graveyard area.
mm-hmm. Yep.
I have not like. Are they friendly? Are they hostile? Like,
Oh yeah, they're too friendly, honestly. A bit naive, but yeah, it's fine, I guess. I'd rather them be friendly than not. Don't need a bunch of Norse guys being pissed off that I killed one of their guys, you know?
no kidding.
That being said, yeah. That being said, I never killed anybody, but just,
Yeah, it's neither have I. Closest that I came to that was being an accessory to Matthew getting beaten down.
yeah. Wait, what? Oh yeah. I've met Matthew actually. He was with Dolly when they took me to Pavlovo. It's the only reason I didn't just shoot Dolly in the face was because he was asking me to come along, and I asked him if he trusted Dolly, and he said with my life, and I was like, alright, well, I hope it's worth something, because I'm putting my trust in you, man, that she's not gonna just kill me as soon as I walk out there. I had a headshot on her that I could have just pulled the trigger and ended it all, but part of me just wanted to see how things played out.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, the Kingsleys had a couple of people go out and grab him. Took him back to the base and proceeded to beat the shit out of him. He got shot with a couple of beanbags after he passed out. Then he was dragged out to the little like lake. It's not even a lake; it's like a stream behind the Kingsley's compound, and just kind of left there for dead.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
Bit excessive.
He betrayed him twice apparently.
How?
Um. So he did something. I don't know what it was, but it heavily offended and pissed him off. So they kind of gave him a beat down. They didn't kill him. They just kind of beat him up, and he went crying to somebody. I think it might have sparked some of the heat with Novi, but they expressly told him never to tell anyone about it, and he did. He ran his mouth to everyone he knew that the Kingsleys beat his ass. Which, I mean, if somebody beat my ass, I wouldn't be telling everyone about it. But that's me.
Right.
So, and then there's a greenhouse pretty far off in the distance he built up, but he went to Novi, and everyone thought he was gone. So a couple guys...
Oh yeah, I know about that one.
Yeah, a couple guys took it over.
A bunch of people from Novi over.
Yeah, well, two guys took it over, and he came back and tried kicking him out. I think that was kind of like the last straw, because he, I believe, did get them out of the house and replaced all the locks on it. So that's when they went and kidnapped him. Like I just kind of stood back and watched. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Mm.
It was like right in the midst of all the heat with Novi too.
Yeah. So, I guess that explains Matthew then.
So he's still up and walking?
I think so. I haven't seen him since Pavlovo. Yeah, sorry to, I guess, drop that bombshell on you, by the way. Didn't
Nope.
mean to.
It's all good.
Like, I figured, at this point, if I tell more people, then either my lifespan goes higher or lower, because then they won't know who actually said anything.
Right. I don't know. I
But
don't get out of the north too much, honestly. So I don't know who all I could tell. There's a couple of guys around,
uh,
but
yeah. But like I said, I want to be the start of the telephone game, not the butt end of it.
yep.
Last time I almost died. Plus, I want to keep the trouble out of my community. Everyone there knows. I just don't know how to go about it. I need to be smart about this, and you and Holden were the two people I trusted with that information.
Yeah. I wish he was around to actually tell us too.
Mm-hmm. That being said, there is a hydrologist, or whatever. He studies water, and he's in Valhalla.
That's a
I don't know if he'd be able to help.
that's interesting. Kind of strange, but
Yeah. I've I've been through a lot.
yeah. I saw what you said and I read. Shot, stabbed, pretty much everything except for
Beaten,
disemboweled.
bit. Day's still young. The
Yep.
girl, by the way, if you ever see her, she's a sweetheart. It's hard to stay mad at her. She's like a kid almost. She's 20. Lost an eye to Klaus and them. I think she said a guy named Jones did it, ripped her eye out with a knife. Um,
Holy shit.
yeah, the prison's of fucked up people. I've learned everything I need to know and don't want to learn anything else. If Klaus showed at my door, I'd basically tell him, "Look, I agree with you on how you feel about doctors, but could you kindly fuck off my lawn because I don't want to deal with you. I'm not pursuing a cure. I don't give a shit. Please go away."
Yeah. So Nadia's
Or
the one that you think has the kind of the
a better solution, yeah.
yeah.
I think the doctor left it for his daughter because he felt that maybe she was, um, I don't know, maybe he just cared about her enough to do it, or he was a freak enough and believed in his own cure enough to do so. All I know is there's a blood sample on the roof of a building in Novo, and I want it. I won't be able to do anything with it, but it gives me the right to either decide to destroy it or keep it and find something I can do with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong in her hands because she's just as bad as the prisoners, from what I can tell.
Really?
She was the one that shot that girl
Okay.
right in the shoulder. Um, couldn't tell you honestly. Just this whole thing is like a big conspiracy theory. I feel like I found aliens at this point. I walked into Area 51, got it, and saw an alien. Done.
Yeah. That's some crazy shit. Like that's this is a much crazier conversation than the last one we had at nighttime.
Yeah. I was actually gonna buy an M16 from Pavlovo, but you know what ended up happening?
Hmm.
Since they worked with the prisoners so much, the prisoners had 300 credits, and they fucking bought everything. So I
Jesus.
got there and I was like, shit, I'm gonna buy an M16. I'm so fucking happy. I walk in and they're like, we're closed. And I was like, well, they came back. I said, do you have an M16? He says, I sold all 6 of them to the prisoners. And then they told me they were gonna come back and blow up the place. I was like, well, fucking great. That's yeah, yeah. They bought all the guns there and fucked off.
Jesus Christ. Like, well, I understand, like, selling guns and having the credit system and stuff like that. The Kingsleys were trying to do the same type of shit. But, I mean, you can kindly tell the customer to fuck themselves and, leave. Why,
Yeah,
why would they agree to selling all of those guns?
No idea. I just know that if they were trying to be good people, and I know Wilson is, but you shoot, you give fucking prisoners guns, even though you know what they're like, and you can't exactly claim yourself to be a good guy anymore. Your hand stuck?
Yeah, yeah.
just, just,
Yep, yep,
you
I'm
know,
good. I'm good.
just raise your fists and get all like punchy with it, and yeah,
Okay.
should ease up your arms whenever you get stuck like that. I know a lot of people get that locked jaw, or whatever, the tinnitus situation where they can't move their
Yep.
body parts, and it's like
Yeah.
just clench and you're good.
Okay, that's good to know. Normally, I just find like some sort of pill and pop it, and loosens me up pretty good.
Yeah, that'll work too. So, thoughts, opinions, advice. I'm open to all of that because at this point, this is well above my pay grade.
Yeah. Fuck. I wish we had the resident hematologist around all of a sudden.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Having all those people having all those that study basically that you've gotten written down. It's some good information, but like I was an EMT for the most part. Like I can't make too much more heads or tails when it comes to beyond just some drugs and minor things.
I'm gonna try and my idea is to correlate it to rabies vaccines
Hmm.
and see if there's any correlation because it seems to attack the same way. You get bit and the virus tries to take over the host, breaks down the unimportant parts of your brain in its eyes, makes you hyper violent. And I've never seen a zombie eat a person. I've only ever seen them beat someone to death. So
It's not like
for
a hunger.
Right. They're not hungry. They're just fucking super violent.
There's a virus that's prevalent in Brazil.
Mhm.
I can't remember what it's called. I know I wouldn't be able to find like an encyclopedia at this point, but it was cats would get it from killing rats, and it would make the cats very hostile. And then there's such a population issue between cats and humans in Brazil
Mhm.
that the cats would attack humans, and the virus would transfer to male humans only. Females, it wouldn't transfer to, which is really strange because, I said earlier there was like 10 dead around the church. They were all females.
Right.
And I ran into like 20 down in Seviergrad earlier. Like, it's...
Yeah, it could be something related then. It's actually a
It
very good point.
could be related, but it's strange that, like, the virus I'm thinking of only actually makes males hyper aggressive, so maybe they took that and rabies and kind of mixed it.
I'll see if I can't find any books on it. Right now, I'm looking for what exactly the vaccine for rabies consists of. I'm sure it won't help too much. I'm probably gonna have to end up catching a zombie and keeping him somewhere.
The
Which
little
is,
little bit I did on reading on diseases, uh,
mhm.
it's several shots over the course of a week, and if
Mhm.
you don't get it within the first day after being bitten, you're pretty much done for. Like you're gonna die.
Yeah, because right now, being immune to it, I mean, it's strange. And I can't go around giving people complete blood transfusions because A, your body will probably reject it,
Yes, dying is not a good thing.
and B, yeah, your heart will probably explode because your body doesn't like it when you transfer a complete set of, someone's entirety of blood. Um, I know that's how they cured a few AIDS situations, like
Okay, I'm
doing
gonna kill
good
this
right
cow.
there. Yeah, yeah. Fuck you, cow.
Oh, he just tanked
Did
that
you?
shit. There's
There it is.
okay. There's two of them, and then
Who's
yeah,
doing
there's
that?
one that's right down under the fence line.
Hmm.
Sorry, they're very loud and kind of disruptive to the conversation.
Oh yeah. Uh, what was I saying? Oh right. Why I don't know why I said that. I don't remember what I was saying. I think it had something to do. Oh right. It was the blood transfusions, like
Yes,
the
yeah, yeah.
technology they were using it on, like people with AIDS and stuff. And I know they cured a few by doing blood transfusions, and the guys. I mean, I don't know if they're cured so much as they were just removed it from the person's body.
That's
But
insane.
it is insane. It worked, from what I can tell. But that was a long ass time. Well, not a long ass time ago. About I don't know, 2000 something. But they had that was, cutting edge technology.
Before
I
this happened.
yeah, and I have a patio with a medical lab in it, so I ain't exactly curing AIDS anytime soon.
Right.
But a vaccine for rabies, that's a little more achievable.
Yeah.
It's like World War II and stuff. So I'm
It's
thinking,
not
what's
like
up?
we can get to Brazil and try and find some rats and cats and crazy
Right.
humans.
Yep. I mean, I know this place is ground zero though. That pretty much confirms it with the amount of researchers there were.
Right.
So,
It's,
of all the places I could have gone, I went to the place where it started.
yeah, backpacking across fucking Europe, trying to fucking reconnect with myself mentally, and well, this is what fell in my lap.
Well, at the very least, I'm sure killing these rapey-infested creatures are probably cathartic in some degree.
Uh, some nights, yeah.
I've just gotten so tired of them. I'm just exhausted. I've killed thousands of these things, literally 1,000 probably at this point.
Yeah, it's
I've been here a year and a half,
oof.
so put 5 a day on my belt, maybe more, and start
That
painting a
adds up
pretty
real
damn
quick.
heavy picture. Was that shit? It's got to be on a bad day. It's about 20 or 30. On a good day, it's like 1 or 2.
Right.
So a year and a half, 356, and then whatever the other half would be 150. Oh god.
Yeah, you can get to 1,000 pretty quick doing that.
I'm well past 1,000 then, just on that alone. The day that, oh shit, I forgot about my
Yep, I turned it off for you.
thank you. The day that I ended up trying to evacuate civilians and got caught up by those guys in NBC hazmat suits.
Mhm.
I killed about 100 Zeds that day.
Jesus.
And then a
Today,
plane crashed on top of me.
right.
Yep.
Today I think I've killed 30. Today was yesterday was a bad day.
Today is a bad day. Yeah. Every day's a bad day now.
Yep.
Just you gotta take the good ones. I think I was happy when I was actually almost forgot we were in a zombie apocalypse with that Chloe girl there. Just brought some kind of weird innocence about her that kind of changed the mood. I forgot for a second that I was probably gonna die because I knew in a fucking shit ton that I should not. That being said, I'm gonna stack the deck in my favor and do
Yep.
everything I can to make it impossible to figure out who knows and who doesn't.
Well, if I see anyone, I'll try and tell them what I can.
Right. I'm just not sure what to tell people, you know? I don't want to. I want to be vague, but also very clear in what has been said. Shit. It's gonna be hard. Because it's just a few questions away from, well, who told you that? Well, this one guy is like, okay, well, who's this guy? I don't know. He's living in the north.
Yep.
Like, and then they start killing everybody that has a hat on in the north.
Yeah, that's why I'm carrying, well, keeping a couple, at least one extra set of clothing at this point. Hey, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I figured it looks vaguely enough like Jay that I don't have to worry about it. If they say Jay walking around, they're probably not gonna think twice about fucking
Right.
off. But yeah, shit's not good. Shit's real not good.
Oh, man. So,
So you
Chloe's a nice young
yeah, yeah.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Nadia had her eyeball ripped out.
No, Chloe
Oh,
had her
okay.
eyeball
Yeah,
ripped out.
sorry.
Nadia is the one that shot her.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
right, that's right,
Chloe.
that's right.
Chloe's been through some shit too.
Okay. Where's your base at? The guys that I ran into weren't really wanting to share that information.
Yeah, it's Black Lake.
Oof, I'd have to find a map again and try and find that.
The northeast airfield. You follow. The easiest way to find it is when you get to the northeast airfield, and there's people there as well if you want to talk
Yep,
to them. They're
I've talked to
pretty
him
good
before.
people.
There's one doctor there, and I think there's like 2 or 3 guys that were all like kind of camoed out, like me.
Hmm.
I don't think I've talked to them for
But
about 2 weeks though. I kind of anticipated they were dead or their base had fallen apart.
nope, they're good. They're all fine. We've actually formed a union of sorts. I've got. This is why I'm a little more confident about being in the north now. I just need to make sure that they're all around. Because we have Valhalla on our side, we have the Northeast on our side, Northeast Airfield, and us. We're about 6 or 7 strong. They're about 6 or 7 strong, and then Valhalla's about 6 people. So you're looking at a sizable group of people that are capable of fighting.
Yep, that's a pretty decent crowd.
18.
Count me in for now. I mean, I don't know
All
how
right.
long I'll be
Cool.
alive for.
19. Yeah, hopefully long enough.
Yep.
I figure if we spread the rumor about Nadia and her fucking her magical blood type, she probably has a lower lifespan than I do.
Yep.
Like I said, stacking the deck in our favor.
Should we?
Because I'm sure there's a lot of.
Should we talk about Klaus to people or leave that fucker's name out of our mouth?
Keep him out. I feel
Yep.
bad for the guy, to be honest. I mean, he's a fucking psycho, but he got experimented on, and I don't blame him for wanting to take out doctors.
Yeah.
Especially if I know that, and that's the problem, right? I can't trust anybody. I can't trust doctors. I don't know who the ones that if I tell them this, they're just gonna end up shooting me because I know everything, you know? I know almost everything. I just don't know who or why or how they did it, like what it is. Just gonna put everything together one day and
Well,
it's gonna be like one of those
at one point in time, I was pretty sure I was sprayed with wolf attractant. It's been been about a month since I've been attacked by a pack, but if I get attacked by a pack, I'll cut them up and bring you like a pelt and some meat.
Yeah.
You might, I mean, that's I don't know what kind of setup you have for testing stuff, but
Not as much as I'd like, but nothing like holding the head.
yeah.
But that being said, I could probably take supplies out of his place if the Kingsleys are truly dead.
So there's a storm that came through shortly
Yeah.
after you kind of disappeared, and most of what we had kind of got destroyed. It's that.
I left because I didn't want to draw any more attention to you guys because I knew I was already kind of pulling people towards you.
Mhm. I'm gonna wait a couple more days to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't see any bodies coming in or out of there, I'm probably gonna go inside and take what's worthwhile.
Yeah.
I'll take more,
I
at least.
miss being the sheriff of Novi at this point. That was far less stressful than this.
I think right now that would be a poor choice.
Oh yeah. Wait, why?
Well, last I knew it was a quarantine town. I ran down there like once the quarantine was gone. Like there's no one there. Like it was just completely empty. And then I've heard whispers that it's kind of just a bandit town. I don't know for a fact or not. I've not been through there. Maybe like I'll throw on some spare shit, grab a Makarov, and just walk through. But
Me and Colt went in there when it was still contaminated and high pop, and we took everything from the prison or from the police station.
mhm.
They took the car, which I was upset about, but whatever. Car, I've got two now, so
Nice.
no skin off my ass at that point.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. But yeah, we like I said, if you don't know where Black Lake is, you can't miss it if you follow the northeast airfield. There's a those landing cones that kind of shine at night.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a little yellow ones that point directly to where we are.
Gotcha.
Can't miss it.
Yeah,
It's almost like an arrow.
damn, that's silly. I mean,
Yeah,
it's probably a good hiding
peaceful if you
spot.
get lost, but oh yeah, it's way out of the way.
I'll search some cars, see if I can't find a map. Just in case I somehow get lost. I used to try and run between here and Novi a couple times, and I would get like way the fuck lost.
Yeah.
Might as well get down now. I think the threat's over. Yep.
Yeah. And I've been to the front of the prison. The place does not look welcoming whatsoever. There are burnt bodies at the front gate. It's terrifying as shit.
That's messed up.
Like piles.
Did the prisoners do that, or do you think those were
I
the experiments that were
I
thrown
think
away?
they were prisoners. Yeah, I think they were prisoners at some point. There is, however, if you get a scope and look hard enough, you'll see that there are scientists hanging from the bridge.
Goddamn.
Yep. So a church, huh?
Yeah, pretty easy to fortify. And if people walk around it wrong, they might, slip and bust an ankle.
Oh shit.
And if somebody tries to raid me and I'm here, I can hide back here and they probably won't see me.
Yeah, you got pretty good cover.
Yep. I'm gonna probably try and get another set of posts up so I can have the top part kind of covered up too.
Yeah.
Then I've got some metal barricades down here on the bottom, just in case I have to duck down and not get shot. Hopefully they're strong enough to repel most bullets. Give me 1 second. Door's gonna come flying out. You might want to move. This is what I've taken so far.
It's a lot of guns.
Yep. If they are truly gone, their efforts will not be in vain because I will open up my own shop.
Nice. MP7, B52, MP5, Winchester, SVT. Hot damn.
Yeah.
Good gun.
Yeah, there's a Springfield. There's quite a few rifles and machine guns back there still.
That looks familiar.
Yep, if that's the one I think it is, it should look familiar.
That's Kane's gun, right?
I believe so. There were 2 models that looked nearly identical. I think this one could be the right one though. In case they're not dead, I want to keep this stuff safe if people decide to raid their base. That's why I've got this stuff here at least. I nearly fucking had a heart attack and pissed myself trying to run all this back over here.
Oh, I could only imagine why.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a couple nights back.
You say a Springfield?
I don't have it here, but it's back at the compound.
I got it.
Yeah, if I go back, I'll probably grab another one of these walls and mount it somewhere. There's probably one tent I'll grab. It's small enough to fit back here. I don't think any of the other tents are gonna fit though. There's some pretty big motherfuckers.
No M16.
I think M16 and M4s are the only thing I did never see over there. I think they had 1 or 2, but I want to say they walked away with them.
They must be pretty pissed about something.
Yeah, not too sure what, but some really big guns disappeared. AMW or AWM, I think is what it is. Giant rifle that just rips people in half is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
A couple of 60-round mags that they found are gone. I don't know what they're planning, but definitely a war.
A 2-man war. 4-man. Yeah, Clay, Ramona. Is Ramona Kingsley? We got an answer on that one.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, they found her and she was pretty naive, so she might have adapted the last name, but she was never truly, I think, part of the family.
Gotcha.
Just
was
like
Clay part of the family? Cause
Clay definitely was, yeah. It was Clay, Michael, Sean, and Oscar. Last one I saw was Michael.
I got the vibe that he didn't like me.
Not not too sure. They honestly didn't speak about you too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what you have, or like in terms
Um,
of weaponry?
in terms of power, nah, kind of.
Yeah.
I know that the one on my shoulder and most of them over here will drop them everything in about one shot.
Yeah. The Mini 14's pretty good, but the problem is it's shit for range.
Yep, kind of like the
If I have
M19, I think is what it was. It took a 9mm, but it was a
nine
rifle.
millimeter, yeah. Yep. We got got someone at our town that has one.
Absolute garbage. I
You know.
tried. I tried to be on the top of the tower and drop the dead that were about 200 meters out, and I would have to aim like so far over their head when zeroed in on them.
Now that one up there though, it kicks
Yep,
like crazy, but it's really good.
it looks mean as fuck. Is the only way I can describe it.
It is mean as fuck. uh, Kane's old gun. Uh, it's fairly decent enough to keep you alive in a firefight. I mean, they don't call it the most resilient gun in the world for nothing.
Right.
That'll keep you alive. Especially here where the bullets are more plentiful.
I mean,
'Cause,
it's been a while since there's been a bullet press, so I'm sure that they'll run out here soon. I've started
now,
to
yeah,
I've started to try and conserve ammo, but I have so many mags for this gun on my back that it's silly. Like I probably could drop a couple hundred and not feel
yeah.
any sort of pain.
I've got about 400 5.56 on me at the moment. Now this
Jesus,
one though, well, I've been loading up ever since, you know.
getting dropped.
Yeah, I figure next time someone's gonna have a hard time getting me. The MP7, that is one of the best guns you'll find right now.
That's what I've
H&K
heard.
make fantastic guns, and the 4.3 has got armor piercing. You'll take someone out real fucking quick.
Yeah, that ammo is also almost everywhere. Like
Yep,
I could throw
almost.
a rock and probably find a couple shells.
Scorpion's absolutely worthless.
It's worthless, but that was the gun I carried for about a month. It's sentimental value.
Okay. Well, then you survived on hopes and dreams
Yep.
in terms of guns.
Yeah,
Um,
I carried a Makarov and a Scorpion because the 380 was plentiful and it doesn't kick. Like I could just wail down on that trigger and be fine.
oh yeah. The SVT at the bottom, it's really fucking good as well. Semi-automatic, shoots as fast as you can pull the trigger, and the bullets are big enough to put anybody down.
Yep,
It's
that's kind
got
of what
your
it looks like.
Gewehr here.
Tundra, right?
Gewehr, top right.
Oh, Carbonar. I think
Or,
it's got
oh, is it
KAR.
K98?
Yeah, there.
Okay, better. The Car 98 is better than the Gewehr. Uh, that one will actually. So I would say it's up there with the Tundra in terms of power. The
Damn.
Winchester Tundra right there, and that
Yep.
are comparable. I would say that the the car probably has a faster bolt cycling. Like if that means anything to you, but
Yeah. Nope. I understand the reload.
gotcha. And then you got the best shotgun you're gonna find anywhere, unless you find a Saiga.
What's a Saiga?
It's So basically, the Russians weren't satisfied with a 7.62 rifle. They said, "Well, we also want it to shoot shotgun shells," so they modified a AK to be able to fire shotgun slugs. So it's an automatic, a shotgun with the AK model. It is absurd, but it will devastate someone.
That's, yeah, absurd is the best way you can describe that. Holy freaking hell.
I mean, it's nothing compared to the AA-12 though. The assault auto shotgun. The Americans have to one-up people. It's they got a round barrel like a Tommy gun, and it
Hmm.
just explosive rounds in it, and just keep holding down the trigger, recoilless.
Jesus.
And it's one of the most effective shotguns you'll ever find, but I guarantee you no one here has it.
Yeah, sounds pretty ridiculous.
I think it shoots as fast as an AK does. It might be a little slower, but still, you don't want to be on the other end of it. Um, I think that's it. I mean, aside from the MP5, you got B52 is kind of like a weird cross between an MP5 and an AK,
Yep. Okay.
and I believe the Mosin is about useless.
I mean, yeah, it's a really slow cycle, but it can still
Mm-hmm.
drop. The one above it's a little more useless, I would think.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Is that the is that like
The
yeah,
CR something or another.
five. See, yeah, I don't remember her full name. CR though. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
great.
Generally, I either look at the
But
buttstock or the side of it, and generally the model and everything's carved into it.
this side, aside from the MP7, is your best side. I'm not quite sure what the hell this is supposed to be.
It's something. I don't know. It's automatic. It shoots. I don't even know what the hell it shoots. There's a couple clips. I loaded it, and I was a terrible shot.
Um, I mean, I guess that's just a Russian answer to the MP5.
Kind of.
If I
It's
had
what
to
it looks
guess.
like.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar. I wish I had a different buttstock for it. Is all. I want it to be
Yeah.
black.
You get one of those plastic handguards then, or butt stocks.
Yep.
Well, you got quite the arsenal here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a couple more days. If I don't see him, I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably grab some more shit and come back over here.
Right.
So if you need to go to war,
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to think. Personally, I'm torn between the MP7, the Kane's gun has sentimental value with me, and then there's the bad boy up top, and
yep.
I'm pretty sure you're not willing to part with a Kane's gun, so I won't even ask.
Not just yet. I mean, if they're gone, like if all the Kingsleys are gone, I don't have too much attachment to what's in here, but
Mm-hmm.
I would part with it. I just want to make sure that they are dead, because I mean, they have disappeared on me for about a week's period of time, but this has gone on for longer than that, really. I guess this is kind of like I don't think people are coming back.
Yeah.
And if they do come back, I don't think they'll come back whole. Yeah.
Kingsley's had a pretty rough history with Novi.
Yeah.
He was my favorite person there. the only person I really related to in terms of Kingsley's. I mean, you guys were great. I miss Sierra. Like, I've never seen her after all that. She's super nice to me, but I don't know. Maybe that changed.
I don't know, she's been gone longer than Holden has. She was the first person to disappear on us, I think.
Hmm.
Like, Chris Klein disappeared. Um, the two brothers, Luke and Bo, they
Yeah.
disappeared. Like, I've not seen or heard even a car come around. Like, this town is like I'm the one living in a ghost town, basically.
Yeah. Um, it's kind of weird who survived. We, from all parts of the world, everybody here, the big players are Jay, Klaus, I guess this Nadia girl. Um, the Kingsleys are trying, but I don't know. If they're taking on anyone specific, I hope they're alright, but, yeah. Kind of weird to see guns in a church.
Yeah, that's one of the first nights I came back to civilization. I ran into the Tommy guy. Holden and I ran into him shortly afterwards, but we walked into a church that was very much like this, but it was in Berezino, and I my stance on religion is kind of there's nothing up there. It's a imaginary sky daddy is kind of what I said to Tommy.
Yeah. How'd he
He
take that?
I mean he laughed it off. He thought it was pretty funny phrasing. But I don't know, like he said he thinks that, it was what's happening was placed here by, this deity of God, and he said maybe I should get on my hands and knees and pray. So, well, I pulled a gun out and shot the mosaic on the ceiling and walked out.
Huh. You know that OK game?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Jesus played us with it.
Yeah, damn it.
Son of a bitch. Oh well. But yeah, if being alone is getting to you, I would say Valhalla is a good place to go. Even if you don't follow the guides, I mean, who gives a shit?
Right.
But it's got to be a hell of a lot safer than being by yourself.
Yeah, most stuff I assume is probably actually safer than that. I don't know, man. Like I thought I was gonna get jumped whenever I was transporting all this stuff. Not only did I transport all these weapons, but that red barrel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having your hands full. Having all of that on you. All of that was in my bags. I think I had one of the B-52s, I think is what you called it. I had one of those on me.
Yeah.
And I was carrying this fucking red barrel. Like, I could drop this red barrel, but how quickly could I pull a gun and drop somebody if they said, fuck you, you're getting robbed? Because these barrels are, I mean, it's just as good as a tent almost.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, about half of that was mine already. The other half I brought from the Kingsley residence. And then I think this is all the spare loose ammo. Yeah, so like if there's a war coming or a war going, that is actually Michael's MP7.
Yeah.
So I think if I get actual word that he's gone, I'll probably carve Michael into the side of it. And then Kane's, I think Kane could probably get etched into the the butt stop, like in that little area where
Oh
it's like
yeah,
there's
right
a.
where that little indent is.
Yep, yeah. I think putting like etching Kane into that would be nice.
Well, yeah, I don't see why you couldn't do that now.
Yeah, got a couple knives on me. I might ruin them. I think that's a polyamor, or I can't pronounce it. It's a hard plastic buttstock. Polymer, that's the word.
Oh yeah, it's a polymer.
So
Yeah. Yeah, it'll take you a bit.
yep, take me a couple knives, I'm sure. Maybe I want to practice on one just so that way I mean, get an extra one. If I make it look good, I'll pop it on there. If it looks like trash, I'll, start over.
Yeah.
But having guns of people that were pretty notable in this hellscape is kind of weird. Like I said, I'd be willing to get rid of that one if they're really gone, because they're only keeping it to keep like his spirit alive, basically.
Yeah. That's why I asked Clay when I met him if if he'd be willing to part with it. He said maybe, because he knew about me and Kane going way back.
Gotcha.
That's why I was interested in it. I didn't want to impose though.
Okay, well, the sun's high in the sky, but it's been a while since I've slept. It's been a couple days.
Yeah. I got a little bit of ways to go.
Do you
Honestly,
do you need
what's up?
food, water, anything like that? I don't want to send you
I could
on
use
your
some
way.
water, actually.
Well, how about
Now
some
that I think
sodas?
about it. That'll do. But, yeah, we're building a network. At least trying to.
There.
Okay, so I gotta remember you're 22, your blood type is B negative?
Be
Or
positive.
positive, okay. Oh, one more thing. In Tomarov, I think that's what it's called. There's a factory. I don't know what was going down there, but we scouted around, looked what was left. It was abandoned, kind of looked like it was super fortified beforehand, but the walls started dilapidating. So I guess the guys just moved on. Maybe they found a better place. But I might have stumbled on that stuff before I even got to anybody.
Gotcha.
We looked through that whole place, and there was one box with one bag in it.
Oh, positive.
Yep.
Strange.
So, I'm thinking I was like, this is getting too much. Yeah, and didn't help that in the bathrooms and there's like makeshift tables made there. There's bathrooms with nothing but boxes that are full of surgical masks and gloves.
That's pretty strange. I can't really say it's too strange, but it's weird.
Either it was a factory of medics or it was something else, and I have to imagine that it's way far away enough that it makes sense if it was something darker than that. and the fact that there's an O positive blood type just sitting in a single box.
Yeah, it
That's what's
wasn't.
got me freaking.
O positive isn't the rarest, but it's O positive supposed to be pretty rare, right?
O positive is actually the most common.
Oh,
It's
okay.
why most people that yeah, it's 40% of the population or used to be. Um, Honestly, I believe it's AB negative is pretty uh, It's very rare, and then O negative isn't rare, but it's good to have just because of universal donor.
Yep.
If you have AB positives, the one you want, that's a universal receiver. AB negative, it sucks because you can't get much blood from anybody,
Damn.
and you're pretty much screwed if you're O negative.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it sounds like. Just gonna get it taken from you.
Well, yeah, that and if you need blood, you ain't getting it.
Truth.
Alright. It's a shame we can't find Golden though. No, yeah. You weren't kidding about this. This is hell to get
Yes. Oh yeah. I made it to where if, like I said, if it's nighttime and people are trying to saw through that shit and they make through, I'll definitely hear them where they're jumping, and I can just start taking
Oh,
pot
yeah.
shots.
You kind of know where they're coming from, anyways. If they're sawing, you
Right.
can end them before they finish.
True. I don't know. Like I'd rather see the whites of their eyes, I guess, just to know that I'm actually getting them. Because if I miss and
Yeah.
they hit me, it's pretty much game over.
Mm-hmm. I got a little bit of a trip ahead of me, but I would say avoid Novo unless you're feeling suicidal and you can get that box for me. Um, yeah, I don't know how hard it is to get up there. Uh,
Where's it at?
Curiosity's got the better of me. It's a tall building in Novo.
Is it the one that's got the clock tower on it?
No. It's a little before that. I believe it's a.
Okay.
It is a it's either a school or it's a hospital, like those
That's
big ass
right. Yeah.
hospitals.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's one of those two. I don't know. You might have to look around with this high-powered scope, like a long-range scope, and see if you can't find something.
Luckily, I got
Unless
a
it was on the
couple.
roof. But if you find any intel on that, let me know. You know where I am now.
Right. Yep. I'll
And if you ever get in trouble when you're that way, come by. I actually got a whole setup. I got beds and everything.
beds, really? Like you're not sleeping on
Yeah,
cement or a pew?
Mm-mm. I mean, it's not a great bed. It's wood, but I mean, it's better than lying on the floor. Yeah, you'll have to see it sometime. It's kick-ass. Also, I have an actual bed in my room.
I'm jealous.
No. Yeah, sorry, man. Um, right now the place is. We were using it as like a kind of just getting away from everybody. And
Right.
then everybody showed up, and now it's a town of sorts.
Should
Makeshift. None of the housing except for.
should I like come with my hands up or just kind of walk up confident?
Yeah, confident.
Okay.
I mean, we're not in the business of killing anybody, and we're not violent. I think the only person that might be violent is Remy, and he's a former police officer, so nothing personal. He's just, stirring.
Programmed like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. I'm gonna try and get back. Hopefully, I don't get caught by anybody. At this point, I feel like the boogeymen are probably looking for me, but whatever.
Right. I mean, honestly, you could probably just go straight west and just stick to the
Yeah.
towns above Novo. I actually went through all of the most northern towns I could find and made it to the coast one night. It was probably a month ago. All I found
Oh
were
yeah, from
all I
here you
found
just
were the
go
dead.
straight east and you're good.
Yep. Or yeah, east,
I
not
stuck to
west.
the woods.
Good plan.
Yeah. No one ever goes in the woods unless they're already there, in which case, they're probably hunters and don't give a fuck about you anyways.
Truth.
Oh, okay, one more thing. There are cannibals somewhere. A church. I don't know where exactly, but it's nearby. Um, the one south of here is Valhalla. Like I said, good people. You might see them in their big ass. They like to light the torches in their four towers they have to let people know that they're home. And cannibals are somewhere. They already killed a guy, a Father Grigora, or I don't remember his name. Started with a G. Just giving a heads up.
Of all
Yeah, right.
places, a church. What in the fuck?
Mm-hmm. But you stay safe.
Yeah, you
You
too.
keep that info with you and take notes if you need to.
Will do. If you're ever in trouble, come this way.
I will. It might be my bug out place, so keep that in mind.
Yep, not a problem.
Yep. Later.
Later.